Day 5. It was time to stop Harlt's. We had a hand signal that looked like just crossed fingers and a phrase of, "Excuse me, but where is the nearest restroom?" If the employee was on our side, they would do the same gesture with a point and say, "In that direction, madam or sir. Enjoy the rest of your time here at Harlt's Land." If said in this manner, we could whisper to them the help we needed, but this was to only be used in extreme emergencies. This day, we went a new way down a new tunnel. It was darker than some of the others. The days leading up to this, we trained to call the stallion Father. Easy enough for Colt. We were also given small amounts of the water, not enough to alter us entirely, but enough to make us more immune to seeing death all around us. We knew we couldn't act out of place, or surely we would be found out quickly. The water tasted thick and spicy. How could I have ever liked it? The stallion led us to a small room with nothing much to it. The stallion pointed up. Straight above our heads was a hatch. This leads to the inner workings. There isn't much room to maneuver, but it will lead us into the park without needing to be scanned in. If this works, we should be invisible to the rides and not chosen. If we all ride together, it should take us as an empty boat. This has never been tested, but from the sources, we believe this is the case. Good luck to us all. With that, he pushed a button on the side wall, and a ladder came down. Alpha demanded to go first. He was the greatest hunter besides the stallion, and it was in his eyes he planned on killing Harlt's himself with no help from us. One by one, we made it into a room of steam and pipes rusted to the point of leaking. The echoing sound of the metal floor tinkling with each drip, our footsteps so deep and heavy in sound. The smell was metallic rust, and a stench that was sweet and sour at the same time. The lighting was orange all around us, almost resembling a burning fire. I saw an elevator on a distant wall. I pointed to it, but the stallion shook his head. "It's not real. It's an old, forgotten ride. At least, no one will be able to use it to find us as well." We got to a stairway. You could see it from a distance. It went up over 30 floors, the metal staircases not too stable, but wood had been placed to hold it together. It creaked and moaned, swaying with our movements. I feel like we should have been scared by this, but the water was in effect, and I didn't seem to care otherwise about it. It was like just a dream. At the top of the many staircases was a chain that led back to the ground, for a quick escape, Colt pointed. "You ready?" "I guess so," I sighed. The stallion looked at all of us, then opened the door. It was electric, like everything else, just a knob with a broken lock. The door opened. We all stepped inside this cozy little cabin. But there wasn't much room for movement after everyone was standing. There was a small fake fireplace with a turned-off fake fire and a rocking chair too similar to grandmother's. On a fake wooden sign above the fireplace, it said in fancy letters, "Mrs. Kringle's Tales of the North Pole." There was a fake tree. If one were to say their Christmas toy wish, then push the button like a bauble on the tree, a gift would appear under the tree from a trapdoor. I remember my mom talking about it, but it was considered a bore, so it was closed down. Especially since not too many people even remembered Christmas. There were no holidays except the Harlt's holidays. I didn't know who Santa was until grandmother told me how Harlt's hijacked, Harltseween, St. Harlt's Day, Harltsmiss, Harlster. You get the idea. I imagine it happened to the rest of the storytellers as well. Colt whispered in my ear, "This one was given to the deer herd. We have the Mother Goose version." The stallion pointed to the door and whispered as he tried to look out the stained glass window, "Okay, the deer herd will go first and position themselves as planned. Then—" Alpha snorted. He opened the door. No one could stop him as quickly enough, but Alpha burst out the door in his pink hoggy-woggy shirt. We shut the door very, very quietly behind him. "What is that idiot doing?" Mermaid spat in a whisper. "Shh!